Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another topic related to find Qshell command. In our last session, we discussed how we can utilize the find command in order to list down all files and directories from a particular location, right? So this session is in the continuation of the same, where we will discuss like how to list down all files for a particular extension. Okay, this is very important thing because if you are working for a project and there might be hundreds of files present in a system, right? So at that look from that location it is very much time taking to figure out, let's say if I want to figure out all the .html files, right? So in that case it would be time taking if you don't know the trick, right? So just to resolve this thing, what we can do, we can use find command in another approach to fetch all the list of files and all list of files for a particular extension. Okay, so this thing we are going to discuss in this session. Firstly, I'll show you the requirement by taking one example of a directory, and then later, once it is clear, once everything as a requirement is cleared, then we will start the exploration of the file on Qshell command prompt. And once it is clear, like how once we have good knowledge of command, then we will see how we can utilize the same command through clle program. Okay, so yeah, these are the all steps that we are going to perform today. So for that, let me show you one thing. Firstly, we will do work lnk to understand the requirement, work link command. And from here, if I do page down, you can see there are various files and directories present here. So from these directories, what we will do, we will take option 5 on Sharmit directory, because this is the directory that I'm going to use as a demo purpose. Now if you look at the location, which is slash home slash Sharmit slash Sharmit, so here we have multiple files, multiple directories, right? Now if you look at specifically at the file, then you will find there is only two types of extensions available, which is .xml and .txt. Okay, but there might be others as well, right? Because in project there are various files, right? But for time being, we have only two type of extensions, which is ts.txt and test.xml. So just assume a scenario that we are supposed to print all the files along with their path, but only for those files whose extension is .xml. So in such condition, we should only populate these files data.xml and test.xml, not the ts.txt, because ts.txt is a text file, not the XML file. Similarly, if you would like to print only the text file, then you should print only ts.txt, not the test.xml, nor the data.xml. Okay. Likewise, there might be other files extension as well, like .py, .html. So if you are looking for a particular extension, then it should populate only that particular files, not the other ones. Okay. So these are the requirement for today. All right. So I think now requirement is clear. So it's time to start with the practical session. So for that, I'll hit one command here, which is qsh. On writing qsh, it will open this Qshell command entry screen from where we can perform any operation related to Qshells. Okay, fine. So here, what we will do, we will write firstly find, then space. Here I have to put the path, which is slash home slash Sharmit slash Sharmit. After that, you can put one extra space, and after taking space, we can write hyphen type space, and here you have to put F. Okay, so what will happen if I hit enter on this command only? So this is the same command which we discussed in last session. So on pressing enter here, it will print out all the files which is present in my directory Sharmit. But this was not our requirement, right? We would like to fetch only for a particular extension, whether it is a XML or TXT. Okay. So for such thing, what we will do, we will expand and customize this command. So let's see how. Again, I'll write find slash home slash Sharmit slash text Sharmit, then space hyphen type f, then hyphen name space, and here we will write double quote. Inside double quote you can put asterisk dot, let's say I want to figure out XML file, so I can simply write x asterisk dot XML. On pressing enter, it will print only the files which is ended with extension .xml. You can see .txt is not present here. Why? Because we have specifically mentioned that only list down the files which is ended with this pattern, which satisfy this pattern, which is asterisk. Asterisk means there could be any name. Okay, and .xml is mandatory. There should be .xml. Okay. Likewise, let's say if I want to figure out only the files which is ended with a .txt, so I can simply make change here txt and enter. So you can see this time it is only printing the files which is ended with the extension ts.txt slash home slash sharmit text sharmit slash ts.txt. Okay, now there might be one question from you guys, like what will happen if I make this name capital? Will it work? No, it is same, the rules is same as the type. Like in last session we discussed like what all possible values are there for type, but here if you try to figure out with capital name, it will give error. So you can see the option hyphen name is not valid. Okay, so just make sure to put small things here, small characters only here, otherwise it will give you error. Okay, now another question could be like what will happen if I search for capital txt? Will it search? No, it will not give any error because there is no file present with capital txt. Okay, similarly if you try to figure out something which is not there, let's say triple y, so you can see it is not there, right? So here we are supposed to pass only that extension which is present in the directory, otherwise it will give nothing. Okay, so in case if I want to figure out for XML, it will search for it and populate the output, but in case of capital XML there is nothing in the available, nothing is available, so it is showing nothing. Okay, so yeah, these are the ways through which we can figure out all the files and not the directory, like we discussed in last session, like how we can figure out the directories, list on the directories. But here for file, like we have that extension facility, but in case of directory there is no extension, right? So in that case, like for files you can use this approach uh, with hyphen type and hyphen name, so it will list down all the files which is with the extension asterisk.xml. Okay, so yeah, I think now it is clear like how we can use this command. So it's time to see how we can use the same command on clle program, because that is also very important. So I have already created one program. Here what you need to do, you just need to write dcl take f4, provide your variable name, type, character and length. After that you can hit enter, and then we will use chgvar command. So in chgvar put your variable name, which is command find slash home slash sharmit slash text sharmit hyphen type f hyphen name asterisk.xml. Okay, so you can mention this and then we will write strqsh to execute the command. Simply write strqsh, provide your variable name command, and then we are good with this program. Okay, so now we are ready to compile and call this. So let me compile it and call it. So you can see it is printing only those file which is, this is the data, current data. So this, it is only printing those file which is ended with extension .xml. Okay, so yeah, these are the all things which I would like to share with you all in this session. And if you have any doubt in the basic part, like if you don't know how to declare the variable, how to like other basic thing like what is the meaning of chgvar command and all, so then in that case you can refer the previous sessions from the playlist, because there we have discussed all the things in detail. And for time being we are just focusing on the main part, which is the you can say which is the related to Qshell command only, because at the moment we are just focusing on the Qshell related part. Okay, so yeah, I think now we are good with this. So yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmat.